Hi, and welcome to the Celestial Tea Podcast.
I'm Love.
And I'm Tylen.
And we're two Los Angeles-based astrologers and witches serving up the cosmic tea about your favorite celebrities, musicians, and artists.
As always, if you enjoy our hot takes and breakdowns, please leave us a 5-star review wherever you stream, share with your friends and fam, and follow us on all the socials.
So if you're a pop culture baddie, tune in, get your cup of tea, and get ready to sip from the stars. Hello.
Welcome to the Celestial Tea.
We have our little teacups with actual tea in here. You can't really see. There you go. Proof of concept, proof of life.
Love brewed jasmine green tea, which is one of my faves.
Yeah. One of my favorites too. Also, if you're witchy, jasmine, the herb, is associated with prosperity if you'd like to do work on that.
She's the queen of the night. Mm. She is.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have rebranded. We are now the Celestial Tea.
Which is so in alignment for our mutable asses.
Yeah. Not my 7th house Gemini Mercury wanting to gossip about everyone. No, not me. I don't like the drama. Am I the drama? Yeah, it's giving. Am I the drama? We're gonna make a whole episode about the rebrand and reintroducing ourselves and all the things, but the reason why we did this, we were just really finding that we were vibing with all the astrology and the pop culture pieces, and we were like, why don't we just like go in that vein and just answer the call, like you said.
Yes.
Yeah, answer the call. Yeah.
Give the people what they want, because clearly they want to sip on that celestial tea with us.
Yes. So we're delivering.
Yeah.
We're the divine messenger Hermes. We're just giving you what you want.
Oh, so in alignment with us.
Yeah.
Domicile Mercury, rejoicing Mercury.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna make a whole episode on the rebrand and all the things. But we're gonna just be covering all different pop culture, musicians, artists, movies, phenomena, whatever you guys are interested in too, you can submit to us. And our first one is, drum roll, Adam Sandler.
Yes. Because he's rebooting Happy Gilmore, so how could we not?
We're going to be very topical. We have a stacked Excel sheet with all of the things that we want to cover that coincides with the things that are dropping and releasing. And his movie is coming out July 25.
Yes.
So pretty soon. Yes. It's the sequel to Happy Gilmore. Yeah, and we're really excited to cover him because he's also from Brooklyn. My family is also Brooklyn Jewish Ashkenazi Jews, so we're connected in that way.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, he is like the OG comic dad. So
yeah, and the Jewish, like he's like the modern Jewish comic too. Like he has like the Hanukkah song. It's like growing up. It's like thank you for the one Hanukkah song that exists. That's not boring. You know, like.
Well, that is him fulfilling his life's purpose, which we'll get into.
Yes.
With his Saturn and Pisces.
So just to frame it, we don't have his exact birth time.
Sadly.
So we don't know his rising, but
I have a guess.
Tylen will be giving her exclusive. I feel like we're in like E! News Hollywood or something. It's like, you know, like up at 5 p.m. the exclusive breakdown for what Adam Sandler's rising sign is.
Yeah. And if y'all listening also have a guess and you want to like rebuttal mine, let's go. Like we're here for it.
Yeah,
like,
we're
sip
debating.
The tea with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all sitting on the clouds on the cosmos, judging everyone down below.
No. This is not a podcast about judgment.
In a good way, though. I mean, we're like, it's sort of judgment because we're like, oh, this is his placement. Oh, that makes sense in this. You know, like we're analyzing.
Well, I think we've talked about this on our first episode because we pulled the judgment card for this year. And I was sharing how from an angelic perspective, they actually view judgment as a form of evolution.
Yes. Yeah. My Virgo Mars knows this. That's why I judge everything, because it's like, I want to make it better.
That's why we have a spreadsheet.
Yes. And I thrived in art school because it's like critiques was like constructive criticism. It wasn't like, oh, you're hurting my feelings. It was like, yes, make me better. Make me perfect.
It also provides the framework, which I think is so supportive because we can all see aspects of ourselves within one another.
Mirrors,
So-
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they say from an emotional standpoint, what we judge in others is likely what we judge in ourselves. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's true.
Okay. All right. So Tylen has done all the research because she's a one-line about as much as possible about Adam Sandler's placements. I'm also going to talk about a little bit about his human design. We can't know everything again because we don't have his exact birth time, but we do know what type of what design type he is in his incarnation cross, so his purpose, which like shook me when I read it. So what's the tea?
Okay,
let's learn about this
Adam
man.
Sandler is a 16-degree Virgo sun, and here's the tea: his sun is in a conjunction with an exalted Mercury. Mercury exalts in the sign of Virgo, and when I saw this part, jaw to the floor. Uranus and Pluto are also conjunct his sun.
Whoa! So he has a Virgo stellium.
Yes.
Wow.
He's got a lot going on in Virgo.
That makes sense why he looks very Virgo. He has very like angular, like straight line face like features and stuff as he gets older.
Okay, should I share my tea on what I feel like his rising sign is?
Yeah.
I actually feel like Adam is a Cancer rising.
I literally thought you were going to say that. Oh my God.
And the reason why I say that is because, again, we don't know his birth time, but it's very probable that his moon sign is Cancer. And it is for sure that he has Jupiter in Cancer.
Oh, shit.
So he's in a Jupiter return right now as we're recording. But he does have Cancerian and Jupiterian features, because you had even said like maybe a Sag rising because he has features that can be described as like horse-like, right? Like that Sagittarius quality, but I feel like that's Jupiter in his first house. But then he also has very like nurturing features, like the soft, fatherly, like, but like in a
his
soft
jawline's
way.
not so like prominent and like angular.
So I feel like he's
That
a
would be
Cancer rising,
interesting.
and it also makes sense for how family oriented he is.
That's true, because he even makes a lot of movies about families as he's gotten older.
Yeah, he just released a movie, I
Grown-ups.
think last year or the year before, with his own daughter.
Yeah. Yes, you're not invited to my bat mitzvah. I watched that because I'm Jewish, so I had to.
I watched it too.
Legally,
it was
I
cute.
was obligated to
Well, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute that he's making a movie with his daughter.
Yeah. That actually tracks. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I feel like if he is a Cancer rising, it places Jupiter in his first house, which you know this very well.
Jupiter first house.
Jupiter first house, Jupiter domicile, and for him it would be Jupiter exalted.
Yeah.
He is here to take up space.
He
in
has
a really
taken a
big
lot
way.
of space, yeah.
And his movies and his art that he makes nurture people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like he nurtured his community with 8 Crazy Nights, or 8 Crazy Nights, and like the Hanukkah song and all that kind of stuff. He also was on SNL. That's like very funny and like nurturing and wholesome at the same time. Yeah, that makes sense, because a lot of his movies have like a sort of like wholesome, like Little Nicky is like crazy, but it's like wholesome. Same with Waterboy. It's like wholesome, even though there's a lot of mean stuff in there. So
there's always a good moral of the story that's being presented.
Even Big Daddy was like that too, where it's like, it's bad, like the guy's bad, but then it's wholesome.
Yes. And it also makes sense if he does have Jupiter in the first house, that he would take so many people under his wing.
Yeah.
Like, he has been the foundation for so many people in their career.
Yeah. And he has his own production company.
Exactly.
So he's now like taking up more space and allowing other people to make movies and
it
things.
would, if he was a Cancer rising, it would make Aries his 10th house. And what we know about him for his birthday, at least, his life path is 4, which translates to the Emperor as his soul card or his life's work, and that relates to Aries.
Yes. Wow.
Which,
does he have any Aries placements?
He doesn't, but this is of no surprise to anyone. He has a Leo Mars, which of course he's motivated to perform,
attention,
to share his
take
talents.
up space. Yeah. And actually that kind of makes sense if he doesn't have any placements in his 10th house, if it was Aries, because that means like his career's fine. Like he's not here to like work through issues in career. He's just here to show up and be big.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if his MC was actually in Pisces, which would be his ninth house, which is where Saturn is. I wouldn't be surprised, because that would suggest then that a lot of his career is around publishing, putting things out into the world.
Oh my God, yeah.
Which is so Piscean with the artistic quality.
Yeah.
And being a figure of authority within the realms of artistry is so Saturn and Pisces.
Yeah.
So to me, it makes a lot of sense.
You're selling me on it.
And
You're
I'm
selling
like,
me.
wait.
I don't see him as other signs. Like, he's not pretty like Libra. He's not like Taurus vibes. Yeah, he's not like Aquarius vibes.
No, definitely not.
And you know what? Actually,
yeah.
I think he became popular for like the dad like aesthetic of like always wearing like just a t-shirt and like basketball shorts. That's very Cancer.
Oh yeah, he wants to be cozy.
Yes, Cancer's like placements, if you have Cancer placements, like the aesthetic is like cozy. Like I want to be comfortable, I want to feel safe, I want to feel cozy. I don't want to feel like my clothes are like, it's pretty but it's like cutting into me. Like that's like other signs are into that. That's like maybe like Scorpio or like Libra might do that, but like yeah, like Cancer is like flowy vibes, comfy vibes. So that actually really tracks too, I feel.
Yes. And if he is a Cancer moon, his moon would also be in his first house, which to me feels really in alignment with the way that he expresses his emotion through the art.
Yeah. It is very emotional, yeah.
Yes. Because we feel something, the viewers, right? As we're watching this art, whether it is laughter or whether it is like, you know, little bits of sadness or, you know, whether it just makes us think and like ponder. I feel like there's something so touching about a domicile moon in the first house that to me feels very much like him. And again, just even in his physicality is giving lunar
I could see that.
Vibes.
I could see that because with the Virgo stellium, then that's what makes it not as round as like my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think that's where the Jupiterian piece kind of comes in.
Yeah. And he does have a big smile too, which is very Jupiterian. Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
But the Uranus and Pluto
yeah.
on his sun, I totally get the exalted Mercury, right? Like, Josh
like funny, witty. Virgo is... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, before he was doing... So he got into this by doing stand-up comedy, but I guess he used to work at a law firm, which is also like so Virgoan, because I feel like he's just a natural businessman at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, and so I think that piece is really interesting, that he probably already knows like the back end accounting stuff, that to him just comes really easily. But then with the like the exalted Mercury, of course he's here to like share his messages. Like his voice is so powerful, and the precision of
and that would also make all of his Virgo placements in the third house.
Exactly. That was my next point. Exactly.
Okay, so the precision of that makes because so the third house, for those who are listening, is the house of communication.
Yes.
It's the house of like all the mental pieces, writing, poetry, music, words, comedy.
So like, his Mercury, who's already exalted, is even more amplified.
Acting. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the precision. And you know, I was thinking about this, like, in order to put on a good show or production, I feel like he's someone who really cares about perfecting it, like who cares about refining it, who is like practicing his lines over and over again to get that exact emotion conveyed. Mm-hmm. And we obviously can see that as viewers with his long list
of accomplishments.
He has classics in the American sphere of pop culture.
No, and like even I'm like thinking like The Wedding Singer, there is a lot of like wholesome love family pieces too. So this very much so tracks. I agree with you. The Cancer rising makes a lot of sense.
Yes. But then the Uranus and the Pluto piece
was
sending me. I was like this.
Yeah.
Because with the Uranus piece, it's not just chaos for chaos sake. It is shock, surprise, change for a greater message. Because these are two planets that are generational planets, right? Mm-hmm. So
everyone born around the same time as him is going to have the same Pluto. Exact placements.
Yeah, like my parents have Pluto and Virgo too, right? Like
because he's born in 1966, so
yeah. But it's a generational planet. But the fact that it's conjunct his sun, to me, tells me that he's a leader for his generation.
And so for those who are like, what the heck is conjunct? This basically means like it's sitting right on top. So in the like technical terms, most astrologers will deem something conjunct if it's within 3 degrees of the placement. So his sun is 16 degrees, so it would have to be like an orb of 3 degrees. So doing math, just like 1 or 2 on one side, 1 or 2 on the other side. If his Uranus and his Pluto are like 17 degrees or whatever, it means it's like stacked right on top of each other. So it's sort of this like compounding energy of, it's like if you think about an equation, it's like x plus y equals z, you know? It's like, it's not just the sun, but it's like the sun with this Uranus energy and the Pluto energy. That's a lot of intense, big energy to have on your sun, which is your like how people are perceiving you, like where your soul's like kind of like being called to like shine in this lifetime. So he has like this intense, big generational energy.
Exactly. A part of his life's work is to access the Uranian piece of being the Great Awakener and the Plutonian piece of transformation. And also, you know, Hades, Pluto is known as the Lord of the Underworld, the Lord of Wealth. And, like, look at Adam Sandler. He's worth millions. Like,
and it's also interesting because he's explored, like, a wide range of topics in his work, too. Like, the Plutonian is very Little Nicky vibes to me. It's like, literally, you go to hell in that movie. Like, what the heck?
Super
the son
Plutonian.
of, the devil, like, crazy. So he's explored, like, family and human stuff. He's explored, like, Jewish stuff. He's explored, like, the supernatural type of stuff. He's explored just like funny, like, you know, human interest stories. Like it's very like wide ranging.
It also makes sense for the level of intensity that he brings. He is so intense. And when he spazzes out, it's like, it's so funny to watch. And I don't think that it's chaos for just chaos sake. I think that because of the Virgo, there is purpose, a tactical, order. Practical reason for why he's shocking, changing, and surprising people.
And I think that that's important, right? Because it's like, Virgo is seen as like one of the funnier signs. So like, not only is he able to deliver you this big, intense message, or this like the Uranian, like future evolving type message, but he's able to deliver it in a way that he's thought about it very thoroughly and he's very intentional. And then he can envelop in those little pieces of humor to disarm you. So like it is a big, intense thing, but it's not like you're not feeling like, oh, I'm overwhelmed by receiving this. You're like, oh, this is clever. This is funny. I get it, you know?
Yes. And, you know, his Virgo stellium to me makes sense because Virgo is a sign that cares about being of service. And this is Adam's way to be of service to humanity through his voice, through his expression, through his art.
Yeah, definitely. And that goes with his human design. I don't know if we want to like wait.
Yeah, there are a few more pieces about his astrology. So He also potentially has Venus in Virgo. Venus moved into Virgo that exact day, so it's probably a 0 degree.
Oh.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if he had Venus in Leo.
Yeah, and he has a Leo Mars too.
Yes,
so
exactly.
That tracks. Either could work.
This one was sending me when I saw it. He has Saturn in Pisces, like you love. But his Saturn...
And my mom, because she's born in 64.
Exactly. But he has Saturn conjunct Chiron.
Whoa.
And what was blowing my mind is that he released a lot of his big movies, right? Like Saturn was in Pisces. He had his first Saturn return
when I was born.
1993 to pretty much 1996, basically. Yeah. And that's when he was filming a lot of these movies that are now the classics.
Yeah.
And I think Happy Gilmore was one of them that he released in that time frame.
So he had released Happy Gilmore in his first Saturn return, and now he's releasing Happy Gilmore 2 in his second Saturn return.
Well, Saturn,
but in the last little bit of the Saturn.
But he was filming it, at least, we know, and during Saturn and Pisces.
And it's going to be retrograding.
Exactly. So... In September, Saturn will go back into Pisces.
Right, and the movie's coming out like July 25, so... It'll still be kind of relevant during that time.
But the fact that he filmed it, the second one, I was like, what? This is actually wild.
Yeah, that's like a really cool through line because it's like so direct. It's like the sequel for this movie. So I'm curious, do we think that Happy Gilmore is like a representation of his specific Saturn placement and what he went through, especially having his Chiron?
Actually, I think Happy Gilmore was based on a friend's story, right?
But like it may be the message, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the lesson or the karmic message or something like that Saturn is asking of him.
Well, having Saturn in Pisces, especially if he is a Cancer rising, would indicate that his Saturn is in the 9th house, which to me, again, feels like he's here to be a figure of authority within the realms of artistry, and the 9th house has to do with publishing. But the Chiron piece is interesting because Chiron is known as the wounded healer. So Chiron can represent like where our deepest wounds are, but also how we're here to heal and then eventually teach other people from the wound that we have.
Yeah.
So I think that piece is interesting because I wonder if in prior lifetimes he tried to get to that point of like publishing things, putting things out into the world, sharing his art or channeled messages, and maybe that was rejected in some sense. And so this lifetime, he's here to show up and like heal this wound and publish. I mean, we look at the list of everything he's published. It's like publish this,
and he has a production company, so it's like now even add more titles to that.
But then he's responsible for his art. That's the Saturn piece. He's responsible for what he's publishing and putting out into the world.
Yeah.
My question is, what are his like spiritual practices? Like I know that he is Jewish. Yeah. He's very
openly Jewish.
Open about that. I loved the movie with his daughter and going into some of those traditional pieces.
That was cute.
But I am curious like what his feelings are around spirituality and connection to higher consciousness, and if there are practices that he has that he's integrated in his life, and if there are like woundings or pain points around that feeling of a higher connection. Because with the Saturn and Chiron, I feel like there's something there that his soul is healing.
Do you think it could also be just like a generational or collective piece, knowing that like Jewish people went through the Holocaust, and
definitely,
it could be like less personal to his specific soul, and it could be because there's a whole thing with like European Jews that are still alive now, that we all have this collective trauma and pain. I mean, any oppressed, you know, we're not the only ones. But like that we have this collective trauma and pain. And I find it very interesting because we specifically with the Holocaust, there's a lot of anxiety related in that, because it's like, can I be safe to be here? Will I be persecuted? Will I be hurt? Blah, blah, blah. And a lot of Ashkenazi Jews have IBS, which is tummy issues. And we hold our anxiety in our stomach. So collectively, we've developed this like issue.
And Virgo rules over the stomach.
Yes.
So he has this in opposition.
Yeah. So I'm it could be like a collective piece that maybe he's moving through with this.
And here to be a representation of the healing process. And that's why I'm wondering, like, as he ages, like, is he going to be more vocal about his connection to spirituality, to spiritual experiences?
I mean, he's already doing that by making a whole movie about the Jewish experience as a parent. Yeah. Like, and a child coming into their bat mitzvah. Like, that's, like, very on the nose.
That is a spiritual experience.
Yeah. Like, he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna, because the earlier Jewish stuff that he had was, like, more comedy of, like, the Hanukkah song and, like, the many Hanukkah songs, which is very Virgo, continuing on and having, like, 5 versions of them. And then the 8 Crazy Nights was, like, also Jewish, but, like, more of, like, a fun, like, Jewish... It's, like to have, like, a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie type of thing, you know? So now this one was, like, very just, like, this is real world. This is, like, real Jewish practices and, like, real life stuff that happens, and not, like, an animated, like, you know, story for the holiday time.
Yeah. I would love to see more of that from Adam, like his connection, his own personal connection through the art that he creates.
But like, I think that he has really done that. I think he made a name for himself as a Jewish comedian. Like, he literally was like, I'm gonna sing this song on SNL. Like, this is my zone, my area of expertise. Like, I'm allowed to speak about all these things.
Healing the wounding.
Yes. And like and calling, because like in the song he's calling in other figures, other known people, other celebrities and things. He's calling out certain things. Like, I feel like that was like a very like reclamation piece for him to do that on such a large platform. So I do see that spirituality piece kind of come through.
Yep.
And the family, like, psychically, I feel like the family piece is very spiritual for him. I wonder, I don't know what his upbringing or his family history is, but I feel that there's something in reclaiming these stories around families.
Yes. Yep. That's the Jupiter Cancer, and I think the moon in Cancer.
Piece. Yes. Yeah. I think that's a big piece. And you were talking about how he's meant to be an authority figure for others. We've also seen with his work, he brings in his friends and his like colleagues and stuff, and he creates.
And he's a teacher. Yeah. I feel like he shares wisdom on his craft to support other people in developing their craft.
Yeah, and he's like very loyal, which is very Cancerian, because it's like these people that he grew up with, you know, in SNL and things, he like made grown-ups with them. Like, he keeps like working with these same people that he likes. He brings back the nostalgia, which is very Cancer rules over the past and nostalgia. He brings back those fun times and brings it into like current projects that he's working on as well, I think.
Yeah, I love his Saturn and Pisces, because I do feel like that in opposition to his Virgo stellium really amplifies, again, the fact that he's here to be a figure of authority in the realms of artistry.
And also Pisces is the last sign, so it has a little bit of everything. And the 9th house is also like not just spirituality and publishing, but it's like philosophy, like higher like levels of learning and pondering, and like I feel like you said, like all of his movies have a message. Like that is very apparent with the Saturn Pisces too. It's like, I'm not just here to make jokes, but I'm here to disarm you, to deliver you an important message. Like the Big Daddy movies, like a man learning how to have responsibility and care for others and have a child, you know, and like Waterboy, it's like a man who doesn't value or see himself because of his upbringing, because of his mother, right? And then he has to learn like how to have confidence in himself.
Yes.
Like there's so many of these types of like stories
Yeah.
that I think that's how he's healing like the Chiron, maybe you know, is through like telling these
through the stories, which is so ninth house as well, right? Because we receive higher levels of consciousness through stories.
And with the third house, like the ninth and the third house are right across from each other, so he has all that Virgo, and then he has this strong like Saturnian Pisces like wound. So he's doing, I feel like he understood the assignment.
Yes.
Like the cosmos were like, look, babe, you're here to like speak in some kind of way. He's doing it through, you know, acting, singing, he also sings in the song too. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Artistry, he plays guitar.
Yeah. The wedding singer. Oh,
yes, exactly. Like he's using he's like, I get it. I'm going to use all of my gifts to deliver these messages. Like, I think Spirit was like, you're going to do all this third house stuff of communication and artistry and speaking in some kind of way, and you're going to be doing that by juxtaposition with that Saturn Pisces. You're going to deliver these karmic messages or these lessons for people in this very like connected Piscean way. Like I think he did understand the assignment. Like he said, okay, bet. Like excuse me. And that's why his like Jupiter Cancer is like, let's just keep getting bigger because you're doing what you're supposed to.
Oh my gosh. He's taking up so much space.
Yeah. Because even he became like during like COVID, he became like this fashion icon, and he wasn't even like trying to be, you know, everyone was like, yeah, I love this Adam Sandler dad vibe. Like all these like young women were like, I'm going to dress like him, you know, like.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like with his clothes, it became like, and he was just like he was just showing up, and then boom, Jupiter Cancer was like blow it up, you know, type of thing.
Yes.
So he's done it just by being himself, which also like emboldens your statement of him having it in the first house by just being himself.
He's here to be goofy, right? Like Jupiterian consciousness can be so silly.
Yes, I can agree.
Like...
I'm always making jokes about everything. I laugh at myself when I fall. Like I'm like, it's funny, period. I don't care who you are. So yeah, I definitely think and the Leo Mars is interesting. So what house would that be? Oh, his second house.
Yeah, his second house. Making the monies.
Yeah, so the Mars is our masculine energy. It's our motivation, our desire energy, how we do things. So like having that fixed fire energy to push him through to, I feel like that placement makes you bold in taking your actions. It makes you,
and you follow through.
The Leo energy the fixed energy, you follow through, and you're not afraid to get attention. You actually kind of like attention. So that's
what motivates him.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like perfect to be in the field that he's in. You get attention. He's not like cracking under pressure. He's not, you know, and I feel like he's good with his boundaries. He shows up when he wants to and not, you know, like hides when he needs to.
That's why it wouldn't surprise me if he had a 29-degree Venus in Leo.
Yeah.
But also wouldn't surprise me if it was 0-degree Venus in Virgo either.
Yeah.
Because why not? Just add on to that Virgo stellium.
Yeah, just do the new piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like he dresses more like a Virgo Venus than a Leo Venus.
Oh, for sure.
Because Leo is like bold and like likes to actually make a statement, versus Virgo is more about like details and like basic, like not basics, basics meaning like traditional pieces that are always in style. And I feel like he just kind of wears like basketball shorts and like Nike sneakers as like traditional pieces.
Yes. And also I feel like the Virgo Venus would make sense with how he always is asking his wife, or I don't know how they have that, but she's always in every one of his movies. Like I feel like there's something about
the family piece.
Well, the family piece, but I feel like there is like a really strong connection between them, and I feel like maybe it's a karmic thing of like him starting a new cycle in this lifetime around having a deep devotional love, because you can feel that from these two, that they have.
That feels more on par.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if he had second house Leo, Mars, and Venus, it would be the Adam Sandler show.
Yeah.
It would be me.
Yeah.
But he still is able to be like, other people. I want to uplift other people.
I think that's the Uranus on his sun too, of being the Great Awakener, starting the revolution. It's not just about him, because Uranus cares about humanitarian values.
I'm gonna look him up, like see if he has like red carpet looks or something, because I want to see like his fashion.
Well, the other piece is he has his North Node in Taurus. So that means his South Node is in Scorpio, and he also has Neptune in Scorpio. So that piece is interesting because if he has Neptune anywhere near his South Node, then that would suggest that he has had many lifetimes of developing artistry. Like Neptune is artistry, also fashion, and like glamour magic is Neptunian.
Even like old photos, he's like notoriously casual on the red carpet.
I feel like
that's his thing.
Look at his face too. It's so Cancerian to me.
Yeah. They're just like, he's notoriously like never dressed up and just been like in comfy cozies.
I feel like he's definitely Virgo Venus.
Yeah, that to me is like Virgo Venus.
And then the 0 degree, I do feel like it's a new cycle for him in this lifetime to have, again, this like deep devotional, but also very like practical love. Like being able to do all the mundane things in humanity with someone and just like have this love that has lasted years and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
Like look at how cute they are together.
Yeah.
I feel like they really have, you can just see it radiating from both of them. They have like such a deep love.
Yeah. She also has a little like Virgo-y features. I wonder what her stuff is.
She's giving like Sag rising to me.
Yeah, definitely giving like Sarah Jessica Parker vibes. Yeah, he's just like, he just wears t-shirts and jeans and like boots and shit and like hats on the red carpet. That would make sense with the Cancer moon too. Yes, exactly.
The moon being in the first house.
In the first house, he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be comfortable. Like, that's me. I'm not gonna. And I think the Leo Mars is what emboldens him to just do it. To be like, I'm gonna be different. I'm still gonna stand out, but because I'm not dressing up when everyone's dressing up. Yeah, that's how his Leo Mars is coming out.
Yep.
Because it's in the second house of values. So it's like, what I value is being comfortable over being fashionable.
Yes. And what he values more is having his talents appreciated, I feel like.
Yeah. He's like, I'm here, but I'm not here for fashion.
Yeah.
I'm like, here for the launch of my movie.
Me for my art.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, like, I'm looking at all these. He literally just wears whatever. I think he just is like, what I want to wear today, and just does that. Like, he doesn't put any thought, like, oh, I need to get my stylist.
Like, does Adam Sandler have a stylist?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, because, like, I've, like, gotten really into, like, the astrology fashion stuff, and a lot of astrologers will say, like, oh, if you're trying to look at the red carpet looks of a person, it's like, know that they were styled by a stylist, so it might not always be like their authentic expression, but you can kind of notice when they step into their authentic expression, when their like stylist like gets that. So I'm like, he's clearly doing his authentic expression. So
but he's been doing this since like the 90s. Like,
honestly, it's very Jewish of him too to be like, I'm not gonna pay for this stylist. I'm not gonna rent or buy fancy clothes. I'm just gonna show up in whatever's already in my freaking closet. Like, why do I need to do this for you? That's hilarious. Like, literally, every single red carpet, he's wearing, like, jeans, t-shirt, jacket.
We have to edit this with some of these
I'm gonna put some photos up here. Like, this is actually hilarious as fuck. Like, not a single suit to be found in
not
this.
A single suit.
And there was a suit that I saw, but it was just, like, ill-fitting on him. Like, it's not even the right size. He just doesn't give a shit.
He looks awkward in this suit.
I'm like, what did he wear to his wedding? Like,
oh my god.
That must have been like maybe.
You're like, wait, wedding pictures?
Because in The Wedding Singer, he wore stuff.
Wearing a suit.
Okay, he wore like a traditional like tux and stuff like that.
And
the kippa.
Yes.
Yeah, the yarmulke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, but it's still like very like whatever. Just I put this on. Like it's not like fancy or nothing like that. There's some other ones where he wears. Yeah, she's very cute. She has like she kind of reminds me of like Megara, her face from Hercules. Like she has that like Grecian type face. Interesting. I want to know her stuff now.
Yeah, I don't think there's a birth time for her either. So maybe we'll do another episode speculating on their on their stuff together. But I do want to talk about his North Node in Taurus and his South Node in Scorpio. I feel like
it's the opposite of me.
Yeah, I feel like his South Node in Scorpio, it's interesting because I feel like the people that have their South Node in Scorpio, like, they have been to the depths of emotional experiences. Mm-hmm. Like, these are the souls that have experienced, like, betrayal, tons of pain, tons of trauma, and, like, in a way, like...
You could see that in his work, because, like, there's kind of, like, hurtful shit in his work. Like, if you watch Waterboy, like, as an adult... like, out of, like, just right now with all of the, like, current updates of, like, what's okay and what's not okay to say and, like, all, like, there's some mean-ass stuff that they say. They, like, making fun of him for his disability, like, they're calling, like, women, like, sluts and, like, all this, like, it's like, deep wounding stuff that he's just like, oh, and this is a funny joke. Like, he's able to, like, you know, bring that through.
He does raise awareness for autism, I think, maybe because of that movie specifically.
And even you can see, like, I'm now thinking, like, in Little Nicky, one of my favorite scenes, being a Jewish person, is when they go to hell and the devil is like, all right, Hitler, it's time for your daily pineapple up your butt. Like, that, like, he's taking a deep wound and a trauma, and he's like, here you go.
Yeah.
This is gonna be satisfying as fuck. And I'm like, as a Jewish, like, person, I'm like, hell yeah. When I saw that scene, I was like, yes.
Do you feel like people that have South Node Scorpio are also, in a way, like, adrenaline junkies? Like,
he does have that a lot in his movies too. Like, even Grown Ups, they're, like, doing, like, the water rides and things like that.
Yes. And also, like, I feel like that pairs really nicely with Pluto on his sun too. I feel like that Plutonian consciousness of intensity and, like, the desire for merging, and I think that's why he has so many people around him too. Also the Cancerian part, but I feel like the Scorpio piece with the South Node is saying that his soul has cultivated a sense of mastery over creating, like, deeper bonds. Like, the merging.
I could see the adrenaline junkie for sure. And also, like, what came to mind, like, Spirit was saying, like, transformation junkie.
Yes.
Like, it's almost like they need to be near those intense things because they're ripe for, like, the potential for, like, transformation or like you're saying, like, healing or depth or things like that. It's almost like they would rather witness the car crash than, like, go to dinner because it's like they want to, like, be around that energy or something like that.
They, like, crave the intensity, and in a way it's sort of a sense of comfort for his soul is that level of intensity. And if he is a Cancer rising, that would place Neptune in his South Node in the 5th house, which, the house of creative expression and creativity, which would suggest that he has spent many lifetimes cultivating his creative expression, and maybe in other lifetimes it wasn't appreciated with the Chiron on his Saturn. But this lifetime, he's taking up space.
I see him, like, past life, like, I'm seeing, like, maybe him being, like, a court jester or, like, a bard or something, and then people just being like, okay, weirdo, like, go over there with your stupid jokes. And he's like, no, like, this is funny. Like, I thought this would, like, it would hit. But I feel like he's getting to do literally all of that in this lifetime, and people are like, yes, give me more.
Exactly. Yeah.
I could totally see that.
And then his North Node, if he is a Cancer rising, in Taurus would be in the 11th house, which makes so much sense for the community he's cultivated. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. And that also would make sense why, if he has all this, like, intense, like, deep energy in his chart, that he's like, I'm just going to dress comfortably. Like, I'm already doing all this stuff in my day-to-day. I need to take the comfort where I can get it. He's got to be
comfortable for all the stunts he's doing. And...
Well, and also, like, being in the public eye as a celebrity is intense. So he, like, sort of is in a lifestyle that already creates that.
And with the Taurus, especially in the 11th house, a part of his soul's evolution, because that's what the North Node represents, is to create the Taurus healthy sense of boundaries and groundedness within the 11th house, which would be community and networks of people.
And I think that makes sense because he's like continuously working with the same people, creating that sense of community. And Taurus is very loyal.
So loyal. So I feel like he's so loyal to his people.
Yes, very loyal to his friends, to his coworkers, to the other celebrities that he's worked with. Like, he like works with Jennifer Aniston a lot. Like he works with David Spade a lot. Like he's like he has these people that he's like, I like working with you and you're part of my community and I'm gonna stick with you. Yes, I definitely see that for sure. Wow.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like the Taurus North Node also suggests the sense of beauty. I feel like Taurus North Node, it's like your soul is evolving through the connection to beauty and to making things tangible, building, creating things into form. That's how I view Taurus energy, and that's what he's doing with his ideas, right? He's creating something tangible that are literally, again, classics in American culture.
And he works with people who are like really connected to, like, Jennifer Aniston was like the crush of the 90s, as well as Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
And his wife is really gorgeous. Yeah. Like I feel like he surrounds himself in his community with these beautiful things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's important for him to like feel that sense of groundedness.
Yeah.
Like have some good food, like enjoy himself. I feel like Taurus energy, I think I've shared this before, but because it's a sign ruled by Venus and it's where the moon exalts, like I always feel like Taurus is like, yeah, like take your time, like lounge, like play with your senses, like all of these things. And I'm pretty sure while he's filming, he's just having so much fun in the process, but then the Virgo piece is like, no, we've got to refine it and make it perfect.
Well, I feel like that's a good balance because if you allow yourself to have fun and to be lost in the process, but then like with the Virgo piece is that you're still staying on task and you're not getting too far off and you're not getting distracted too much, and like you set up all the things very correctly the right way the first time so that you can have fun.
Yes. Yeah, and he probably, like, because of his Virgo placements, really enjoys a schedule. Like, he's like, okay, what project are we working on this month? Boom, 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 we got to do it. Like, I feel like he probably really enjoys that, similar to how your Virgo Mars is like, I like a spreadsheet. I like the calendar. Yeah. I like the to-do list.
Yeah. It's sort of like when we need it, we need it. We do it. And when we don't, it's fine. We don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah. But with his Uranus, he can also switch things up. And
they don't like structure and authority too much to be like rigid. Yeah.
And also, I feel like he does have qualities of the rebel, right? Like,
100%.
I feel like through his art is someone that I feel like is fighting for human rights and, like including in that movie with his daughter, like there's a trans flag in the background, right? Like he cares about humanitarian rights.
Yeah. Yeah. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. And okay, the other thing I wanted to share, his guardian angel.
Yes.
I feel like this is so perfect. His guardian angel, so a solar angel, for anyone else who was born between September 8th through the 12th. So yeah, I actually love this. I have a little brother who this is also his guardian angel. The 34th angel, Lehahia, is known as the gentle god or the gentle aspect of source consciousness. And this is the angelic frequency that helps humanity gain confidence. And Adam Sandler is like such a confident person. I mean,
think about how confident you have to be to wear jeans and a t-shirt on the red carpet.
And to do stand-up even, like that was how he was found.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that requires so much confidence in yourself. This angel is also very adept at helping people heal anger and is like all about highlighting the emotion of anger so it's transmuted. And that feels really aligned for Adam too, because a lot of his movies deal with like themes around anger, and that's when he spazzes or so that piece is interesting. And this angel is specifically known for having many talents and is known for the angel of crowned heads, so people in positions of power.
And that relates to his purpose in human design, actually.
Isn't that so in alignment?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into the human design piece.
Okay. So again, we don't know his birth time, so it's much more to speculate if we don't have the birth time.
Yeah.
But there's three main things that we do know that I think are really cool. So number one, we know he's a manifesting generator.
Of course.
Fellow
manifesting generators.
Literally, both of us are manifesting generators.
Yeah.
So in human design, these manifesting generators are the only design type that are a hybrid. So they represent change, pivot, evolution, problem solving, being forward thinking, all the same themes with the Uranus on conjunct his sun and things like that. So manifesting generators are here to do things like quickly. They're here to do things differently, to create their own unique way of doing things, which is very him, and especially making your own production company so you could just do things the way that you want to. They like to do multiple things at once. They often have like different talents or hobbies or things. So it's like he has like music, and he has stand-up, and he has acting, and he has production. Like, you know, he has like all these things that's going on for him in his life. So he's very manifesting generator. He's marching to the beat of his own drum. He's maybe ahead of the pulse on a lot of things. It's very on brand. So his purpose, or his incarnation cross is what it's called in human design, is the left angle cross of dominion. So in human design, there's two pieces that I want to break down. So having a left angle cross is already like a big thing that really coincides with his path here. So in human design, most of the population, I believe it's like 60%, has a right angle cross. So right angle crosses are a personal destiny. So we're here to just create new karma for ourselves, to discover our path. And our path is unchanging, unwavering, because it's personal. It doesn't matter who we come in contact with or what we do. We will always be doing our own thing. People who have a left angle cross, they are here to clean up karma for the collective. So this is a more karmic, collective, connected incarnation cross. So less percentage of the population has this. And basically what it is they say these people tend to be more connected to their past lives or to the past. And they also sort of like have a deep understanding of like the collective, like in this like instinctual cellular level, this sort of like not really consciously thinking about it, which makes sense because he's like all the work that he's doing, you know, he is showing up for his different various communities that he's a part of. And so the left angle cross people, they cannot fulfill their destiny on their own. They have to, their path is like intersecting, like they call in people, and they work, they need the collective to be, you know, connected to what they're doing. So each incarnation cross, there's 4 different versions. So his is number 2 if y'all are into human design and you're looking it up. There is a like there's like a legitimate written description that's like the same for everyone who has this incarnation cross. So I'm just going to read it because it's a little paragraph. So the left angle cross of dominion. You're here to take power or authority over situations. To do this, you will draw on history and assimilate it to your view, perhaps distorting it. You may profit or gain by these actions. This is a karmic cross, so when considering an authoritative position, you need to weigh the outcome as part of your decision-making process. So literally all the things that you're talking about, but slightly like looking through a different lens, basically he's here to dominate, dominion, right? Like anything he does, he's gonna have power and authority. So that's why they're saying like this could be good or it could be bad, because you just have the ability to do what you want, to dictate, to control the narrative, to take up space and have authority. And so a lot of it is sort of up to him. That's why they're saying it's a karmic cross. So it's like, when you're in a position of authority, you need to weigh the outcome of your choices, the consequences of your actions.
Yes, that makes sense with his soul card being the Emperor as well. And that's why we see the Emperor
very dominion.
In one hand having the Ankh, but the other hand there's a globe, a golden globe, which that suggests the feeling of dominion.
Yes.
But it comes with the Aries quality of taking the risk.
Yes.
Aries is the first one out the zodiac. It's like, that's the dominion piece of like, okay, am I going to go after this thing?
Yes. Yeah. So his purpose is literally like karmic. Like we see that. I feel like he is, we even talked about that with the Saturn placement, like, and having the Chiron conjunct there, very karmic heavy in his lifetime. A lot of your speculation stuff was like, did he do this in a past life? He's fixing it in this lifetime. He's expanding on it in this lifetime. And seeing that he's just poised to have authority, to take up space, to impact and to change things, right? Like he, drawing from history and assimilating it to your own view. He took Jewish, you know, famous Jewish people, famous Jewish stories, things from Judaism, and he changed it. He literally created a Jewish movie like that probably many families watch every time around Hanukkah season, right? He created a very famous song that like talks about different celebrities and Jewish people and figures in history and puts them in a different like fun light, or calls them out in some cases, right? So I definitely see that. Like, I think he is taking a lot of these themes and doing, and like even with the newest movie, he's now creating a story around like an age-old thing, a coming of age, a bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, b'nai mitzvah is a coming of age for Jewish people. It's a ritual, rite of passage that you go through, that signifies that you're now like an adult in Jewish culture. And I know like for the people who are like, that's weird, you're like 12 or 13, it's not adult in terms of like you can get married and stuff. Modernly, probably in olden times it was, but it's the reason why we do it at 12 and 13 is that's the age when you're supposed to be able to have critical thinking, and you're supposed to be able to question. And so once you're old enough to ask those questions, like because Judaism is our culture says like, if you don't understand something or agree with something, ask why. Like it's baked into our, like in past, if you've ever attended a Passover Seder, like there's literally part of the ritual, like you have to ask these 5 questions and they make the youngest children ask them. It's
so opposite from Christianity.
Yes. Like it's very like, if you don't get it, like say, why is this pertain to me? Why is this important? Why do we do this? It's baked into questions. So that's why it's like, once you're old enough to be able to question and have these deep thoughts and things, then you spend a whole year studying your Torah portion, which is the portion that coincides with your birthday, and then you do a whole like humanitarian project and all different types of things, and it culminates here. So it's like, now he's like taking these types of stories and he's changing the narrative and putting it in a modern way, right? He's showcasing it in a modern way. So I definitely see like, and having a production company, you choose what stories you want to amplify and put out. You're controlling the narrative in a way, but it seems like he's understood the assignment yet again. He has this power and authority, but he's not abusing it. I'd be curious to see like other people and figures in history that have this cross of dominion, and maybe we're like, I'm gonna enslave people, or like I'm gonna like that's the risk with this, is you have so much power, and power can get to people's ego in their head, and it can be really like negative. But I feel that he has really done a decent job of like not doing those bad things.
That could also be like the harsher, like what could occur with Pluto on someone's sun. Exactly. So yeah, like we saw that with Jax Taylor in the other episode that we did, that like he's just Pluto out here being a narcissist, lying, cheating, doing all these different things. So yeah, it's very interesting. And I think what helps him is all of the Virgo piece, because, and the Cancer.
Yes.
Because
it's telling him, I have this thing that I want to share, but let me really hyper analyze what this is and what I'm saying and the message and what is the, you know, underlying themes under, and then the Cancer, right? Like having, especially with the Jupiter Cancer, I feel having this jovial, like, I'm God and everyone can have a seat at the table. Everyone gets to feel safe and everyone gets to feel seen and heard in this frequency. Helps to, I guess, filter through that intense energy that he carries in his incarnation cross. So the other things to break this down a little bit more, it's okay, the G center. Never mind. I'm reading through a bunch of things. Yeah, so he needs, it says the challenge for this cross is to balance intellectual questioning and material world of resources and leadership. And we really saw that. Literally, we've been talking about that this whole time. And resources, right? Having your own production company. Like, once he got the resources from his work, he did the thing, right? Like,
that's the North Node in Taurus too.
It definitely is. A natural inclination towards questioning and probing truths.
Which he does in his movies. In, like, the most clever way.
Yes. And an innate ability to gather resources and wield influence. He's we're seeing that, right? And now he's even wielding influence by allowing his daughter to have a platform. Like you said, allowing his wife to be part of these things.
Yes.
So definitely, like, a greater good and personal interest, because it's a left angle cross. So he has to consider the overall alignment for both of these things. Am I telling a personal story and fulfilling a personal need? How is this affecting the collective? And I feel like he does a really good job of, like, kind of weaving those two together in a lot of his work, or at least letting us in on why he's sharing, like, right, like the Jewish, like the Hanukkah song, only 2% of the population is Jewish, so like, who are you serving? Someone could ask, but it's like, well, I'm Jewish and I wanted to create this, you know. It's like he's sharing, like, he in the original SNL skit, he shares that, like, he wanted to create this because there was no popular Jewish song. So he is, you know, like, he's doing, these are all, like, great examples of, like, how he did these things.
But even for someone who's not Jewish, I feel like
it lets you in. It teaches
you. It's and that also would play into Saturn in the 9th house and Jupiter in his 1st house being a natural teacher.
Yeah, and it says, like, so each incarnation cross is made up of 4 gene keys. We're not going to get into all 4 of them. I want to talk about the main one because that's your solar gift, your sun, your main gift in this lifetime. But it has gate 26, which is in the heart center, and it's called the egoist. So it's definitely like the energy of manipulation for personal benefit, and it's about ensuring survival and success through clever tactics and strategies. So, like, like he's a great example of, you understood the assignment. You took whatever source threw at you in this lifetime, and you said, "Okay,
you built your empire, Adam. And we're here for it."
Yes. And he has so his main gift is gate 64. It's the last of the gates. There's only gene keys 1 through 64. So he has this main. It's at the end, and it's coinciding with because human design works with astrology, it coincides with the energy of Virgo, so he's a Virgo sun, right? So gene key 64 is in the head center. It's
the crowned one. Ooh.
Yes, it's considered the gate of confusion. It's also known as the artist. So it has a lot of energy of possibility, the process of confusion leading to formulation of questions and understanding patterns. Like, I think that's what he kind of does in a lot of his movies. Is that type of, like, we're taking this, like, confused, I don't know where I'm going, and then now at the end we have the moral of the story, we have the growth point. So gene key 64 is called the artist. So it's a feminine type energy, but this is what connects him to the past. So the artist sees, like, images and memories of the past and has a lot of mental pressure as the images come through for you and trying to figure out what they mean and what they do, and takes these images and the past memories and then can reorganize them to create resolution. So I feel like he's kind of, like, retelling these different stories and things to move forward in some way, shape, or form. And the genius for this gene key is to be grounded in the right hemisphere of the brain, which we know like our left hand is ruled by the right side of the brain. So this is the creative side. So they say people who are left-handed, i.e. me, are more creative because this is our creative side. So it's about taking information, inspiration, and then kind of like using your logic to refine and figure out like where to put it and like where you want to disseminate it. And it's very like aha moments, like sometimes nothing, sometimes a lot of things, which makes sense too.
Also with Mercury on his sun and Mercury exalted, which makes sense for him to have a lot of ideas, but then have the pathway to execute them in a way that's grounded, practical, efficient.
This is the energy of like you can pick apart something over and over and over and find new like perspectives and messages. And that's what we see with how clever his comedy is and how multifaceted his like I will say a lot of these movies in the 90s that are in the same tropes that he had maybe were one note, right? Like I feel like I'm thinking of like The Hot Chick with Rob Schneider. Like it's very one note humor that just keeps like going, and it's funny enough. Like it's not bad, but it's like it's the same. But I feel like in his movies, they could like the premise could be that kind of trope where it's very one note, but then it has like this level and that level and that level. So that's his artist gene key, his main gift that he's being asked to step into in this lifetime, is to analyze from all these different angles and come out with unique perspectives or unique solutions, or tying it together with his incarnation cross, a unique narrative that he wants to bring forth in the collective with that story.
I feel like that's also so exalted Mercury on his sun as well, because he is essentially in his solar identity embodying these Hermes-like qualities, and Hermes is both the trickster god, right? Like having fun, being silly, but then also disseminating real wisdom in a multifaceted way.
Yeah, and being the artist, the multifaceted, they say like if you have this gene key, you can be good at dancing, singing, acting, all the things. So we do see that for him. Like I think his artistry, like you were pointing out, maybe is more in like the production, the resource, the knowledge, the understanding. Yes, like he has that artistry. He sings, he plays guitar, he acts. Like there's a lot of different artistries that he has at his fingertips that he pulls from, and he's not afraid to like do that, right? Because maybe a comedian might be like, oh, I sing and I play guitar, like, oh, like that's not what the people want. They want me for comedy. And it's like he folded that together. He blended all of his artistries together in one thing, right? Like I feel he's very, very good at this. So yeah, it's very interesting. It also says with this there's a willingness to feel the pain, right? Which we see with
Scorpio South Node,
right? Yeah, we see that in his stories, like how I was saying, like sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's like weird stuff. Like Little Nicky is all about like being the second best child, like, and having to deal with the pain of like not being like wanted enough by your parents and not feeling important enough and being cast off as like the failure of the family, right? Like interesting. And also has a theme of like disability as well in Little Nicky. So I wonder if that is like a thing for him,
and why he chooses now to donate and raise awareness around autism.
Like I wonder if he had something growing up or in a past life or a family member or something like that,
which makes sense with Saturn and Chiron.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. This I like this website that they put like these mantras and things. It says for this gene key, the internal motivator is, I want to go where no one else has gone before.
Hell yeah.
Literally what he does in this lifetime.
That's also the Emperor frequency too with his soul card.
Yeah, it's like this exploration energy.
Yeah.
But not just for like, not in a Sagittarius way where it's like, I just want to explore and learn new things, but it's more of like this like conquest. I don't want to seem imperialist or anything, but like this conquest energy of like, I want to explore.
No, he wants to trailblaze and make his mark on the world.
Thank you. I was like, I'm just thinking of colonization when these themes come up now, but trailblazing is the great word for that. Yes. Yeah. Endless creativity. Just like, what can I carve out? Where can I go? Because I even feel like a lot of people were kind of like rolling their eyes with the grown-ups movies, because it's like, rich guy has his own production company, has his friends come make, I think they have 3 of those movies now, makes a bunch of just movies where they're just doing silly family vacation stuff, but it's like, he's like, how far can I go with this? You know, how many sequels can I make with this? Like, how long can I continue to tell this story? Very, very interesting. So so this is located in the head. It's Virgo. It's the pineal gland, which also is connected to our psychic abilities and our intuition. So he has his main gift here in this like ideas place, which is why it can be like very just like limitless in that sense. Yes. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else to add?
I wish we knew his exact birth time. But I feel like if we don't know their birth time, this would be fun to do speculation on what we feel like their rising sign is. I feel like that would be fun to include, to like sip on that celestial tea.
Well, we have done that with him. We think he's Cancer.
No, I mean everyone that we think we don't have their birth time.
Oh we can do that. We should. I'm like curious what his like upbringing was.
I don't really know too much about his personal life, and I've never even watched an interview with him. Have you ever watched?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was trying to think about that. He's also like a screenwriter, another gift.
That's also the Mercury on his sun.
He's a lot of awards.
Natural writer, natural speaker.
Yeah, I'm trying to see let's see early life. His mother's a nursery school teacher. His father's an electrical engineer. He has 3 older siblings.
So he's the youngest. The baby.
He grew up in New Hampshire when his family moved there when he was 6. He was in a Jewish youth group. He went to NYU Tisch, which is like the school for like arts and performing in New York and all that stuff, even though he was born in New York. He has a bachelor's degree in acting. He just like started getting on TV like at the end of his college, like why can't I think of words? At the end of his college tenure, I guess. He just started getting little pieces, and then he kept going with that, and then he got recognized to be on SNL, and then the rest is history. Just by him sharing his voice, sharing his stories. Billy Madison is 95, because you were saying Happy Gilmore is 96. So
that
the
was
end
around...
of his, and this one is the end.
That was around.
So there must be something about that last little bit that this movie relates to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, these are the movies that really anchored in his career, like with these classic movies. So and he was filming them during his first Saturn return,
and SNL, he was in his Saturn return as well. He wrote the Hanukkah song during these times. Like, very, very interesting. And then everything's the other stuff is a little after that. The Wedding Singer is after, The Waterboy is after, Big Daddy is after, Mr. Deeds is after, anger management, like all these different things.
But that was what laid the foundation. And I know that he had an earlier movie, right? But these are the movies that really put his name out there. And
it says he created his production company in 99. And then he put out the Rob Schneider movies, the Deuce Bigelow, not the hot chick. Same vibe though. He always does like stuff like that. Very, very interesting. There's a lot of different stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot. You Don't Mess with the Zohan is also very like Israeli Jewish.
Yeah, there's themes in there around spirituality,
because he's like a guru, like meditator guy type of thing. So and then he has like Chuck and Larry, where he's like a gay man. In that movie,
so funny.
I saw that in the theater, and that's the time, 2007. What a time to be alive! They gave free T-shirts for it. Yeah, T-shirts. Girl, you have to pay $30 for a popcorn bucket now. Yeah. They used to give it to you for free, a T-shirt.
Well, that's what I mean about, like, being on the... really being related to the quality of being the Great Awakener, right? Like, waking people up to basic human rights.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, so he just has, like, so much, you know, after this, so many things that he just did. Yeah.
Yeah, the Cancer Rising piece to me feels really aligned for his soul and his essence, because I do feel like what his art does is create such safe places for people to see themselves in. Like, I feel like he really does care about diversity and again, like, human rights. So
I feel like that's very Jupiter in Cancer. Like, everyone has a seat at the table. Everyone can have their needs met.
Exactly. And he does give nurturing vibes. Like, dad vibes. Like, even in the 90s. Like, with, what was it? Billy Madison? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and he's done, like, all different types of stuff. Like, serious, funny. Like, he has, like, this gambit. He's not just a comedy person.
That's the Pluto. I feel like he likes the intensity.
Yeah, like the Uncut Gems one was like really intense for a lot of people. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think he has 2 kids.
Yeah, 2 daughters, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she converted to Judaism for him, his wife.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it is important to him.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I would love to know more. I feel like maybe that's something he does keep private, but I feel like I would love to.
He donated $1 million to the Boys and Girls Club in New Hampshire, like where he grew up. So that's like, cute. Yeah, yeah. It's there's stuff saying that he's a Republican.
Yeah, he did donate to the Bush campaign.
And Rudy Giuliani.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
But also being a Republican back in those times
didn't seem as bad, I guess.
But also, I feel like if you're making that much money...
You want the tax stuff? Is that what you're referring to? It's just about the money.
I mean, he is a Virgo stellium, so...
Yeah. I'm like, but I want to look up his wife. No. Yeah.
But yeah, this celestial tea was...
His wife was born September 24.
Yeah.
So she's like just outside of Virgo.
She's a Libra then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what house would she sit in then?
So...
it would be his 4th house of family. What the fuck?
But I don't know. I feel like I would need to sit with her placements and see.
And she's also not much younger, but she's 8 years younger. She's born in 74. Yeah.
I don't know. She gives like she's like a Sag rising, or
she does give Sag
Capricorn rising.
Yes, I do. So, I have a astrologer person who kind of looks similar. That's a Capricorn.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Or Saturn in her 1st house.
Yeah, we know her birthplace, but I don't think we know her birth time.
Yeah, we don't have her birth time.
Yeah, but she's also model, film actor, voice actor, comedian.
Multifaceted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
So yeah, the tea was hot, y'all. The celestial tea. We will let y'all know how we enjoyed the reboot of Happy Gilmore.
Yes, we'll have a little corner to follow up. To be like, oh, I see the Saturn Pisces return vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Are you excited for this movie? Did you enjoy learning about Adam Sandler? Are there other celebrities or famous things that you want to have us cover astrologically or human designly? Yeah, we're really excited for this new fun celestial tea vibes.
It feels good. The reboot of our podcast.
Yeah. I want to get like a fog machine so it looks like there's like steam in the background, like the tea is hot.
Yes. So hot.
Maybe we'll do like an incense or something so that it like rises between us.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so thank you all. Until next time.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Celestial Tea Podcast.
If you enjoyed our hot takes and breakdowns, please leave us a 5-star review wherever you stream, share with your friends and fam, and follow us on all the socials.
Let us know if there is a pop culture icon or a phenomenon that you want us to look at next. Tune in next week for another piping hot cup of celestial tea.